Alright, so I figured since the weather's kind of crappy, I'm going to go ahead and paint this. I may try to rough up. I'll probably do from here to here on it, cover this part, and of course the back and the springs and that. So I might just rough this up a little bit, just so that way I get some adhesion. Because I'm going to do a primer. Probably easier to do it with my and then I'll just wipe this all down and then I'll tape it all off. So get this wrapped up a little bit. Set this off to the side. I'll take a clean rag instead of one of my greasy rags here. Wipe this down some. Line of tape. And then I'll just come around the edge. I'll just take some paper here and kind of work it around, probably about like that. Probably be good. I'm gonna cover up. This ain't no professional paint job around these parts. So just enough to cover things so in that way I don't get primer everywhere and this miscolored green paint everywhere that I'm going to use. Okay. So that should be pretty good for that. I can actually probably take it that way. Which works. Just wrap it around that way. So I'll just do this. I guess. I don't know. It's like wrapping Christmas presents. Ain't good at that either. You know, that's good enough for who it's for, as they say. And then I'll take this and just kind of do that. And this kind of do that. So this is just an automotive filler primer. I think I used this on the S10 when I couldn't find primer for the top because I was using an etching primer. So we'll just give it a quick coat. I usually do pretty good with rattle can paint until I lose focus, and then it's all sorts of bad, and then I start getting runs, and then I get too close, and so I think that's good enough for first coat. We'll let that dry, but I can tell you it really brings out where I did this repair over here. Let me get you off the tripod here. So you can really, it really brings out that repair that I did. There and there. So I'm hoping with another coat it will fill it in a little bit more. And then once I hit it with the green, and since it's on the bottom, it should be okay, I would think. It wouldn't be as noticeable. So we'll let this dry. It'll probably take a little while since it's so humid and that. And then come back and hit it with another coat. And then hit it with some green. And then it'd be time to make a head gasket for this and get the Worthington assembled back together again. So we'll let this dry, come back, and hit it with a second coat. Alright, so this is dried pretty quick. I said to do a couple light coats in just a few minutes from one another. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a second coat here. A little hard to get down in there. But you can really see how porous this material is that I used to patch this. And this coat on it a little heavier. It's heavy enough where I don't start getting runs, but heavy enough that it starts to seal. And which I'll probably do multiple coats to get this sealed up pretty good. Instead of just 2 coats, I'll probably do 4 coats maybe. So yeah, that's coat number 2 on here. Started to shift down the paper did in the back. So we'll let this one dry and then we'll come back and do another coat. Right, now we're back over here. I have a couple of things I'm doing here in the garage today. I always shake it every time I go to use it again, even though I probably don't need to. So we'll do a 3rd coat. And like I said, I want to try and fill this up as much as I can since this is a self-filling primer. Or I should say a filler primer. So let's go ahead and do coat number 3. We'll let this one dry and then we'll put on a 4th coat and see what it looks like. Like I said, it's really filling in where it looked real porous where I did this patch on it. I don't know if you can see it from here. Like you can see it, see the one patch and then you can see the other one there. But it's really starting to fill it in. I know this looks much worse on camera than what it really is. So this is just where I didn't sand it down quite good enough. But I figure once I get some green paint, like I said, it's on the bottom, so no one's going to really see this unless they're upside down under this engine. So we'll let it dry for a little bit, and then we'll put on a 4th coat, and then I'll let it set overnight to completely dry, and then we'll hit it with some green paint. Like I said, I have some random green paint left over from the Maytag, which is a close color to this one, so, and it's old as dirt as well, like most of my paint and stuff. So I'll hit it with that. It'll be close enough and we'll call it good, and then we'll reassemble the head on this. Alright, so we're going to do our 4th and final coat here, I believe. And we'll let this dry overnight. And then we'll hit it with our coat of green. And we'll call it a day. We'll leave it at that, and then we'll hit it with some green paint after that dries tomorrow. And like I said, we'll call that one good. So apparently, according to the can for the primer, I don't have to wait overnight to paint this thing. So I have this really old can of paint that I used to paint my Maytag way back when. I don't even know how you read the date code on this. Anyway, so I figured this is the closest thing. It's an evergreen. This is the color of it. I figured this is probably closest I'm going to get to the paint that's on this engine. Mind you, yeah, look, paint still comes out right. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and give this a quick coat. And then, of course, this is one that's probably going to have to sit for a while, right? I don't even know if this paint's any good or not. Like I said, this is from when I painted my Maytag way back. As you recall, Maytag was like my first engine. So we'll let that go since it's I'll probably do 2 coats maybe. So we'll see. Like I said, it's probably really off in color, but green is green. It's underneath. You might see it a little bit whenever it's on the side, on this side where the exhaust is, but you may not even notice. I don't know. At least it'll be painted and sealed. So yeah, we'll let this coat dry for a while and then we'll add a second coat. Okay, so I let this dry overnight. It's pretty hard. It's actually kind of really shiny. I was kind of surprised by that, probably because I used that filler primer on it. So I don't think I'm going to put another coat on this because I've noticed how off this green is compared to the green of the engine. So I think I'm just going to leave it as a single coat. Kind of hit it a little bit more because I missed a spot down here. I noticed when I was looking from this side. So I just hit it with a little bit more paint. And I think I'm just going to leave it as is. So I'm going to take this all off and I'll show you how much of a difference this color green is compared to this other that's on the engine itself. So take this off and this, and this paper makes good paper for the fire pit to start it, so I usually don't get rid of it in that. Put this tape off here. Apparently I really got some of the primer over there, but that's okay, whatever. Another good investment for the garage would be a trash can, but that's okay, whatever. So I guess it's not real horrible. I was thinking it was going to be off by a lot more. So yeah, it's really not that bad. I don't know if that's... So yeah, you're not going to really be able to notice. Like I said, I just got some primer there, but not a big deal. So like I said, it's not as bad as I thought. So yeah, you're not really going to be able to notice it all that much. I'm quite pleased with that. So this I might be able to take a little bit of carb cleaner to it or brake cleaner and get the rest of that off. And should be good to go to reinstall. I just need to do a head gasket for it and reinstall it. And you know, like I said, I thought it was going to be off by a lot more, but I guess not. So quite pleased with that actually. So yeah, head gasket, reinstall it, and pretty much be good to go with it. So this will probably conclude this video on this, and then I'll do another video on the head gasket and reinstallation and starting on this one. So more to come. Keep checking back. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy these videos, and if you actually make it to the end. I want to do more engine content, so keep checking back. Somewhere in here there is a notification bell that you can hit, and then it will notify you every time I post a new video. So like I said, remember, keep checking back, like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.